You having a good day?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm just in the studio, just chilling.
Sweet, sweet. So you ready to get this rolling? You ready to do this?
Let's do it, bro.
Welcome back to the Anything Goes with Jackson Neill Podcast here on Monday, February 18th, 2019. Thank you so much for tuning in on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you like to listen to podcasts, you can find this one. Also, this interview today will be a video interview, so if you're not on YouTube, I recommend you go over to YouTube to check it out. The link will be down in the description for any of you who are not on YouTube already. Today's interview, of course, is with mayne. Really, really awesome artist. He's releasing a new single and video this Friday, February 22nd. Talked with him about that, his plans for 2019. Just a really, really cool artist to talk with. Really excited to see all the music he puts out. Listen to a lot of his stuff. I'm already a huge fan. So without further ado, my conversation with mayne. All right, yeah. So I just kind of want to start out. What have you been currently working on?
Right now, man, I'm just been dropping singles pretty steadily. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that text, bro.
No problem.
Yeah, I just been working pretty steadily, just singles, pretty much monthly. I got a new video coming out February 22nd. It's called Ugly. It's I'm definitely opening up more to fans on this record. It's more personal, a little more vulnerable and stuff like that. So I'm excited to start doing that more.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I heard about that release. So it's called Ugly, coming out the 22nd. Can you just tell me a little bit more about that? Why the name Ugly? What's your inspiration behind this track?
It's really it's about a toxic relationship. At the time when I wrote it, I was getting out of a bad relationship, where we kind of both made some mistakes, and it's really me dealing with that and dealing with that whole situation of being in this toxic relationship. You know what I mean?
I got you. And I kind of want to go back. You mentioned this a little bit. In 2018, you were releasing about a single a month or so, and you ended it with a bang. I would say you had two singles: "Dollars" with Terrell Morris and "Strangers" with 24 Hours. What was it like working with those artists, basically?
Well, Terrell is somebody I've known for a long time. He's from Toronto. That we've worked together for a long time. I mean, I had an old career, I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want people to look for it. But I had other music, and I've known him for a long time. So, and I really felt he fit for the song. And he came in and did that verse in 2 minutes. It was insane. And he just crushed it. So that was just a natural thing for Dollars. Strangers was dope, man. 24 is I've always just been a fan. So I just kind of reached out to him and he loved the record and we just did it. We did it in the studio in LA, yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool artist. I want to touch on this. You don't have to mention the name of this older career, you say. So can you tell me a little bit about it? How long did you do this other on this other music?
Hip hop. So it was really this is a new project for me. mayne is a new project where I'm singing basically a lot. This other thing was I was really just trying to be a rapper, bro. For 10 years I had a whole other career, which was cool. I did I had some success and stuff. It was just I just got bored of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. What did that teach you, I guess, about going into with this project, mayne?
I just had I had all that prior experience from that years of doing my other stuff, but I had a new priorities and just new goals and stuff like that, and just a new approach to music. And I kind of at the end of that, my old stuff, I kind of fell out of love with music, and I was just trying to get back to the point where I love what I was doing and enjoyed it again, you know what I mean? Which is what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this more of a singing route definitely was the right approach, if I could say so myself. I really like your records.
I appreciate that, bro.
One of those artists, I mentioned right there was the Strangers with 24. In that video, it was kind of an interesting video to me. I really enjoyed watching that. What was the thought process behind that video?
I mean, honestly, bro, I just didn't want the video to be too on the nose with the storyline, because the song's called Strangers. It could easily be just me and being strangers with this girl, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we just wanted to make it as wild as possible and just get a reaction from people. And the inspiration was from this we were just like looking at photos, like these dope photographers who took these like super poppy photos with like just wild shit in it, and we kind of use that as inspiration. And like there's sort of a storyline in there, but honestly it's just wild shots. Like we were just trying to like do as much as we could with the budget we had, you know?
I gotcha. And I understand with this upcoming single, Ugly, you also have a video along with that. How important do you think is the visual element, like, for your music?
I think it's really important, man. Like, especially for this record, this new one, like, I don't have a song out like this, like, that's this personal out. And, like, I think after Strangers, it's a good follow-up to have something that, like, a visual that's this personal as well. To, like, kind of, like, fans can get to know me a little bit better, you know what I mean? Like more than just like the popular stuff, you know? So I think it is super important because it brings you into like my world, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just artist.
Yeah. What would you say the hardest part about it is about writing a more personal song, about opening up like that?
I think it's more just like being nervous to put it out because like it's really like, to me, it's like, that's who I am. And like, it's like when you get personal and stuff, it's really just, to me, it's like fucking being naked in front of people, bro. You know? But yeah, dude, it's just like, I think I'm more just like nervous to put that stuff out just because like it has more meaning to me, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, for people to see that is like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like must be a hard thing as an artist to put something out there that's so, you know, because we as fans maybe expect that, to put something out there that's so personal, but you know, you're still a person as an artist. But I think it's always a cool step when artists take that because it allows the fan to kind of get a deeper appreciation for their music.
Yeah, and I think that's like how you can really like engage people and like by having them relate to you and like showing that you're a human. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that, like with more new records, you know what I mean?
Exactly. The crazy thing about music is that it's kind of just like everybody goes through the same stuff, but it's like telling it in a creative way.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely, man.
I want to go back to that Strangers video, though, because there's one part in there that I have to ask about. When you were underwater, can you tell me a little bit, in like the pool scene, what was shooting that like? Because you're completely submerged.
Dude, that was the scariest shit ever, dude, because it was actually the first shot we did of the day. And the pool it was cold. The pool was freezing. It was like November. And it was the first shot we did. It was early in the morning. I had to have like weights in my pocket. So I like was weighed down underwater. So like you're like sketched out because you're like, oh shit, I'm around. And like I'm psyching myself out because I'm like nervous to do the shot and like I want to nail it, but like I'm also like underwater and I'm like trying to hold my breath, but like my heart's beating and I'm like at first, bro, like I don't think I could do this, bro. And I really wanted the shot because I thought it was like gonna be such a sick shot. And it ended up being super fire, but it was just like it was definitely the hardest shot of the day, and it was like the first shot of the day, and it ended up setting us back a little bit like with time because it took like longer than it should. But I'm glad how it turned out. Like it turned out sick, but it was a trip, bro. To have just having weights in your pockets and then being weighed down underwater is like, it's a weird feeling, man. It's like
that's kind of like I think that's like a way like the mob used to like take care of people, but you know, cement shoes, and now you're doing that for like.
I was doing that just for the people, man.
Oh, I think that's crazy because like when you watch that shot, you look like, you know, it's so effortless for you. It looks like this is like nothing, right. But man, that's a cool kind of backstory.
Yeah, I was really scared when we were doing that shit.
So you had those collaborations there at the end of 2018. I guess who are some other people you're trying maybe to collaborate with or work with in 2019?
I mean, like I just like love R&B. Like I love Ty Dolla $ign. Like I would love to work with him. I'm a huge fan, bro. Like Jeremiah. I mean, like Drake. But yeah, like I don't have like a specific artist I'm like going for, but like I feel like if it like anything that happens organically, you know what I mean? And like if I'm a fan of the artist and like we sound good on a record together, I think it's a go, you know what I mean? They don't have to be like big, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, I completely agree. I think that's where you get the best collaborations when people are actually like into the same song and they actually have a legitimate connection.
I want people to be into the record, you know. Like I'm not just looking for like a hot name, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. So I now just kind of want to go. So this single, Ugly, you've been dropping a lot of these singles. Is there an idea for maybe a project down the road?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like more of the stuff I've been making recently, like I'm always making music, is like sounds good for a project. I feel like the stuff that I had before, I just wanted people to get to know me. And like I think dropping a single a month is a great way to like get my name out there and stuff. But like I really believe in projects, and I believe that like projects like it it makes the artist, you know what I mean? Like I always love a good project, you know what I mean? Like I can appreciate that. So I think the stuff I'm making recently, you can definitely expect a project at some point. Like I'm doing singles for a little while longer, and then I'm definitely gonna drop like probably an EP or like an album or something like that.
Right.
But I just want to make sure that when I do that, it's like everything flows together and it's like a masterpiece in my eyes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it's right to get that timing right, especially because, you know, a lot of times now people just don't, well, if they see a new artist, they don't go, oh, let's listen to his project first. It'll just be like a couple singles here and there. So I think that's a smart idea to have the singles coming out first to warm it up.
Exactly. It's a lot for people to digest, like at first. Like if I was to just drop an album first thing, it might go unnoticed, you know, or unappreciated, you know? So I want to build that up for sure first.
Gotcha. So, you know, you have this single, Ugly, coming out. It's one of your most personal records. It's coming out February 22nd. Just how are you feeling now, I guess, going into this release?
I feel good, man. Like I'm excited. I'm like nervous about it. I hope people enjoy it, man. Like it's pretty personal to me, and like I get pretty vulnerable on the record, and I'm just looking forward to having another song out, man. I just want to keep going, you know what I mean? I just want to keep dropping stuff.
Yes, certainly. And just how about 2019 in general? Just what are just your feelings for this year?
I mean, like I feel like every year I have like a new set of goals. Like I feel like my biggest goal, the stuff that I'm making, I want to keep going on like the personal tip, and like just like bringing people into my world, and like, you know, like having that sort of view, like less pop-ier stuff and more like bringing people into like how I feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And so thanks for doing this, by the way. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
thank you.
Again, a big thank you to Benny for coming onto the podcast. Remember to check out all of his stuff. I have links to his social media, his tracks, all of that great stuff down in the description, no matter what platform you are listening or watching this on. And also, keep your eyes peeled for his single coming out this Friday, February 22nd. And with that, that'll wrap it up for this edition of the Anything Goes with Jackson Neill podcast. Remember to check this out on SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen to podcasts. I promise you can find this one. Also, down in the description, in addition to the links to Benny's stuff, there are the links to my social medias, at JacksonNeill20. There you'll find links to my other podcasts, bonus content, all of that great stuff. So I would check those out on Instagram and Twitter at JacksonNeill20. Speaking of other podcasts, the Jackson Neill Music and the Jackson Neill Sports podcast are published in these exact same feeds throughout the week, along with the Anything Goes podcast. So always check back in every day, every other day or so, and I'm sure you're going to find some new content from me. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you all next time.